Welcome back to Newcastle Rebuild episode 6. So this is part 2 of the second season. You rejoin us on January the 1st where we have done our first few bits of transfer business. Okay, so as you can see here, we have signed the 68 overall centre back with 84 potential, I believe, for £3 million from Man United. He's only 19 years of age. We've also signed Tommy Doyle, £3 million as well, from Man City, 67 overall at the moment, but again 20 years old this time, so nice and young. And a new sub right back in the form of Neco Williams from Liverpool. We signed him for £7 million, valued at 6.5, 73 overall, but has a very good potential. Okay, so you can sense a theme here. So the first team is progressing nicely, and the second team is kind of staying where it is. So the process now is kind of going to be to bring in some fresh new blood. And even though Doyle and Mengi, or Mengi, however you say it, aren't going to play very much for now, they are on a development plan and they will be progressing up. Okay, a few things I've noticed about this FIFA. We have just signed this player, all three of these players, and they all say they're unhappy that the team is performing badly. Well, yes, they've come from bigger clubs, but they wouldn't have signed if they was that unhappy about it. So it's a bit weird, but we take it, we move on. So we're going to head into the gameplay now. We've got 2 more signings available for January. We might use them, we might not. We've also got all our players out on loan and progressing nicely. So if we go across into the squad hub, we've actually loaned out some players, and we did at the start of the season. Sebastian Stokes was a youth player who had pretty good potential. 17 years old, he's already increased from 66 overall to 69 overall, just from being loaned out from August to January. So he actually looks like he's going to be good, and he will push Henderson eventually. And by the time Henderson gets old, Stokes might be ready to step in and Woodman can move on. So we've also got a lot of people increasing. This Reece Devine, who we signed right at the start of the first season, is on loan at Brentford and is going up, has gone up 2 overall. He's playing in the Premier League against us and things like that at the moment. We actually bought Rico Henry from Brentford, so we then loaned them back a replacement for them. He's probably not starting every game because he's probably on the bench, but he is progressing well out on loan. We've got more that we're trying to loan out that haven't really gone anywhere, and if not, we'll just move them on. Kraft is now up for sale as we have signed Neco Williams. There's 7-year age gap, and Neco Williams hopefully by the end of the season will nearly be at the ability Kraft is now. So it's the right time. We have another youngster here who looks like, if he goes up enough, he looks like he could be a really good bench player, just because he can play right back, centre back or left back. So other ones, this is another Youth Academy product just from sitting here in the club with a development plan on. He has gone up 2 overall. So they are still going to increase. And now we want to be bringing in big players and pushing for the Premier League title eventually. So part of that process for me is going to be actually buying and getting youth players for young ages or at low prices, developing them up and selling them on if they're not going to be good enough in the time frame. So the more we develop them, the more we can sell them for, and they can just sit here. They all get unhappy at the moment due to the morale stats in FIFA. It's so annoying, it's so strange, but it is what it is. We've also got, so this is Doyle who's just come in, obviously. We've got the midfield progressing nicely. Shelby, after this season, we are going to try and move on because he has hit his peak. Levitt has been on loan at Elk in the La Liga since the start of the season, and he has gone up 3 overall. So it looks like at some point he could either swap with Shelby if he goes up another 3 overall for next season potentially, or he could go out on loan again, or he could be sold on for a profit. So we will keep note of what we are buying these young players for and let's make sure we are making profits when we are selling them. A lot of these youngsters have been signed from Man United. Elliot Anderson is just a youngster that started at Newcastle at the start of this career mode, and he actually is progressing really well on loan at Cardiff City, so he could make us some money as well. Okay, Pepper, however you say that, he went out on loan last season. He's not done very well at the start of this season either, so we will probably either release him or try to move him on. Evans, another youth player who's really low rated, same with Vincent. Other than that, he's moving on at the end of the season as well. They have an obligation to buy. But yeah, so that is the plan from now on. So let's get into the games. Right, so here we are, first game of the episode. It is the 1st of January. As you can see, a big decision has been made. Okay, so we're all about promoting youth, and Drew is our future star player who looks absolutely amazing, and he will be. Currently sitting at 74 overall. He is progressing really nicely, but we are not performing well enough in the league and the cups. We just aren't performing, so we've decided to improve our first team for now by sticking Marega in with Joelinton and dropping Drew to the bench, the sub team, with João Pedro. Okay, so because of the overall, that's just been needed. Drew will still keep progressing, and if he does slow down in his progression, we will play him in the first team again. It's just to try and get some form back. So in we go against Burnley, first game of the video. Let's see, can we get a win in the FA Cup? Yes, we can. 3-0, 2 for Joelinton and 1 for Solomon. Right, here we go. This is a huge fixture. We are sitting in 16th. Fulham are 17th, and there is only 2 points separating us. We need a win here. Can we get it? I have pressed the wrong type of sim, so I will jump straight to the result. Here we go, jump to the result. A 1-0 win, thank God. Right, here we are. Prem game against Arsenal at Arsenal. Can we get a win? We need to keep this run of form going now, but we don't. 2-0 loss. Right, midweek game under the lights against 19th place Nottingham Forest. The second team is out, so it's a debut for Neco Williams and João Pedro and Drew playing up top for the first time together. Can we get a result? 1-1, not what we was looking for at all. Right, we are back here in the FA Cup. We kind of owe the fans a cup run after the poor league performance. Can we carry on through into the next round? 1-1, so it's a replay, not what either club would have wanted. We go back in the league now against Leeds. We need to turn this form around. We need to push as near to that 10th position that we got last season as we possibly can. Let's find out how we get on. 2-0 loss. Gutting. Here we go. It's a midweek FA Cup replay against Sheffield Wednesday. So the second team is out. Let's see if we can get a win this time. The first team could manage it. Can the second? Yes, they can. Kennedy with a goal. 1-0. Tough game here now against third place Man United, but can we get something out of this at least? We don't. 2-1 loss. Straight from United to Chelsea. Another tough game here. Can we get something again? We're in 17th at the moment. We win. 2-1. Get in. Right, here we go. Big game against Everton. Can we capitalise on that win against Chelsea? Yes, we can. Win against Everton as well. Dodo with a goal as well from right. Here we go. Big FA Cup tie against Crystal Palace now. can we get a win and keep this winning streak going? But this is the second team out this game. Shouldn't change things. Can we do it? We can. 4-1. Good spread of goals as well. Here we go. Newcastle versus Burnley in the Prem. We need to keep this winning run going. So happy with it. Let's go. But it stops there. Marega misses a penalty but scores in the 10th minute. 1-1. FA Cup quarter-final against Leeds. We have done our cup objective by getting to this stage. Can we go even further? Let's find out. Yes, we can. Through on penalties. 4-3. Right, back to the Premier League now against Leicester. Can we get a good result here? We can but hope. 1-0 loss. So not to be. A huge game this one. Us in 15th, play Brentford in 14th. If we win this, we go ahead and we will have a game in hand. Matty Longstaff out suspended for 2 yellow cards. So Doyle is coming in for his full debut. Can we get a result? 1-1, not good enough. Tough game here against Liverpool. We need to start picking up some points. Can we nick some off a great side? No, we can't. 3-4. Ouch. Here we go. Another game against first place Man City. This is going to be devastating. We are just clinging on out of the relegation zone, to be honest. Not doing too well. We're in 15th. Can we get something? 1-1 draw. I'll take that against City. This game is actually extremely important. Watford are below us. We need to win, but it's only a couple of days after the City game. So the second team are out. Can they be firing? Let's find out. 2-2, not good enough. We needed more than that. Here we go. We may be battling off relegation, but we are in the semi-final of the FA Cup against Shrewsbury. Can we go through to the final? We can. 3-1 win. At least there is some light at the end of the tunnel. A tough run into the end of the season here. We need to get some points from every game just to confirm we're up. We're in the driver's seat, but there's no guarantee. Spurs now. Can we get something from this? We do. 1-1. We'll take that. Thanks to that draw against Spurs, we are safe going into the last 3 games of the season. Villa are a few points above us. It'd be nice to get some points off them. Can we do so? No, we can't. 1 point. 1-1. One before last game of the season. Midweek game against West Ham. Can we get anything with the second team out? 2-0 win. We'll take that. Last game of the Prem season against already relegated Sheffield United. Can we pick up some last minute points? Yes, we can. 2-0. And here we have it. It is the last game of the season. The FA Cup final. We're not expecting a win here against a much better Liverpool side. But it is the fact that we got to Wembley. Can we win our first unlikely piece of silverware under RJPLAYSbadly? Let's find out. We can't. We equalised after they took an early lead. But that was all she wrote. 2-1 Liverpool. So that's it. There we have it. End of the season. Came runners up in the FA Cup. 14th in the league, so 4 places worse than last season. Nottingham Forest and Watford, who came up last season, both going straight back down. Sheffield United joining them. And winning the Premier League this time is Manchester City, with last year's winners Spurs dropping to 3rd. So we did pretty well. Let's have a look who progressed and played the best out of the squad. So first things first, who went up a lot? Stokes out on loan, 5 overall. That is actually great progress. Anyone else to write home about? Lewis, another 3. We've got some good young players coming through. We're just going to flick through nice and quickly. Dodo getting to 81 overall is great. Allen is actually maxed out at 85 now, I believe. some of these players are youth players we have literally just brought up. So we are pretty happy with that. Both the Longstaff brothers sitting at 80 overall now. Most of the first team is 80 overall. Solomon as well, as we haven't been playing very well, his dynamic potential has come down, I believe. It still could go up, but I think he's pretty much as good as he's going to get, which is a shame. João Pedro doing well, getting up to 77. Drew getting up to 75. Joelinton up to 82, and the 31-year-old free signing Marega staying at 79. So let's look at appearances now. Who had the most appearances? It was Dean Henderson, who I believe played every single game of the season, but only kept 9 clean sheets. So not amazing, but we'll take that. Solomon also played 47 games, which is great. Joelinton 46. Is some big numbers here. Top goal scorer of the season is Joelinton with 12 goals, but only 4 in the Premier League, 5 in the FA Cup and 3 in a pre-season tournament. So that is not good enough from our starting striker. Marega actually outscored him in the Premier League in a lot less appearances. In 7 less appearances, he scored 3 more goals in the Premier League, coming out with 10 goals. Solomon doing pretty well with 8 as well from the wing. But yeah, Drew as well getting 5 goals in 23 Premier League games, but still not enough from our strike force. In terms of assists, top is Solomon, followed only by Longstaff, but these are not good numbers. You can see why we have not done well this season. So when you look at the teams, so this is the first team. Everyone is now 80 overall, apart from Marega, who will not improve. Okay, so it might be a look to put Marega on the bench or sell him on and take the cash and bring in a top class striker to play next to Joelinton. I think we are going to keep João Pedro and Drew as the sub-team strikers because they need to build a partnership and they're both so young still, they can't be relied on completely. Other than that, the first team is looking good. Lascelles is now being pressured by Todibo, who is doing really well. Other than that, it may be a need to bring in a class centre-back with a leadership trait. So we have another captain or player of captain's material. In terms of the second team, Shelby definitely needs to go. Shah is a maybe, but other than that, I am not too upset with that. So thank you for watching. We'll see you again in the next episode. If you like this content, please subscribe to the channel. I'm happy with the support. It would just be amazing to keep growing. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.